What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. I do hope you are doing well. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you aren't already, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Please make sure that your notifications are turned on. Please make sure that you are commenting, liking and hyping this video for me as well. If you're listening to the audio version either on Spotify or on Apple, then if you could give that a like for me, and also make sure that you follow me on either of those as well. So here we are. A very, very interesting development, shall we say, has occurred. And no, I'm not just talking about my fuzzy hair and crow's, whatever you call it, thing peak at the top. It would appear that there has now been a formal bid for Shea Charles. It's been confirmed in numerous sources within the media. So what I wanted to do was just give you the information as we know it currently and talk about it as to where we are. So let's have a little look and see what we can tell you. So looking at it, the first person that put his head above the parapet was Simon Jones from the Daily Mail, who announced basically that Leeds have made a 20 million plus offer to Southampton for Shea Charles, and Shea Charles for Shea Charles. And we do know that the 49ers do like the Daily Mail, so if they are going to release any information, it is going to be to the 49ers, I would have suggested on that. So it seems logical that that was the first instance in terms of that information being made public. Next to follow after that was Alfie House, and Alfie House writes for the Southampton Echo, and he put out that Shea Charles negotiations still in early stages, but not expecting Saints to do a deal at around 20 million. As it is the Leeds United bid reported by Simon Jones, they value him a lot higher than that. So I would say I think they value Shea Charles somewhere between, I think it's like 25 to 30 million or something like, I think. But I've got 25 million in my head. Then after that, Graham Bailey from Team Talk then put out that Southampton sources confirm that Leeds have now made a bid for Shea Charles. Interest confirmed earlier this week. Talks are now ongoing between clubs. You've then got Alex Crook from TalkSport then saying that LUFC have tabled a £20 million bid for Southampton midfielder Shea Charles. Discussions between the clubs are ongoing. Following that, Ben Jacobs then sticks his head up and says exactly the same thing, basically just confirming that the 20 million bid has been made and that the talks are ongoing between the clubs. Following on from that, James Marshman from Team Talk just putting it into a story for Team Talk, saying that Leeds are in talks with Southampton over a deal for Shea Charles. It's an opening bid of 20 million being lodged, discussions ongoing, but there is confidence that a deal can soon be agreed. And then finally, Sky Sports News get in on the act and say that Leeds United have made a 20 million offer for Southampton midfielder, and that Sky Sports News understands that does not meet Southampton's valuation of the player, but the situation has been described as ongoing. And then finally, the last one, Zinny Boswell from Sky Sports as well, just again confirming that Leeds United are in talks with Southampton for midfielder Shea Charles. Saints want more than the 20 million offered by LUFC so far. Discussions continue and have been described as positive. Versatile 22-year-old has 1 year left on his deal. So, to break it into a little bit more information for you, I thought I'd just grab some bits and pieces of information on there. So I'm going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but I think it's important to make sure that we get this down correctly so you guys have got the right sort of information. So, Leeds United stepped up their pursuit of Shea Charles by submitting an opening bid worth more than 20 million to Southampton. According to multiple reports across the media, the 22-year-old has emerged as one of Leeds' leading midfield targets this summer, with the club moving from interest to a formal offer. While Leeds have tabled a significant bid, Southampton are understood to value Charles higher than the amount currently offered and are not accepted to accept the opening proposal without further negotiations. Leeds are believed to view Charles as an ideal fit due to his versatility, his athleticism and long-term potential. While rival Premier League clubs have also monitored the midfielder, the bid represents a significant statement of intent from Daniel Farke's side as they look to strengthen their squad ahead of the new season. Let's have a little chat about why Leeds want him. Charles is a 22-year-old defensive central midfielder who can also play in defence. He's highly regarded for his work rate, ball-winning ability, versatility and maturity despite his age. Leeds manager Farke is believed to see him as a player who fits the club's long-term recruitment strategy. Young, athletic, and with significant resale value. The financial side of it, as we said, Southampton are thought to value Charles at a figure higher than the Leeds opening bid of more than 20 million. While the offer demonstrates Leeds' determination to secure the midfielder, the Saints are believed to be holding out for an improved package before considering a sale. The competition for his signature, so it's not to be forgotten that there are other clubs monitoring this. Leeds are not alone. Reports have linked Charles with interest from several Premier League clubs, including Manchester United and Everton. However, recent reports describe Leeds as among the front-runners and the club most advanced in their interest. Would he start for Leeds is the big question, I think, on everybody's lips. He would likely compete with established midfielders rather than walk straight into the 11. His appeal is that he can cover multiple positions and still play and still has plenty of room, to develop into a top Premier League midfielder. Now, as a guy looking at this from the outside in, what I would suggest is that this is likely to signal the end, potentially, of either, and this is just me trying to be logical about it, of either Longstaff or Gruev. And I would suggest that Gruev would probably net the biggest return overall for a player going out the door at Leeds United. So in short, Leeds have moved beyond interest and have reportedly lodged the bid of more than 20 million for Shea Charles. However, Southampton's valuation is understood to exceed Leeds' current offer. There's going to have to be further negotiations, and that is going to be required before any deal can be agreed. But nevertheless, Leeds appear determined to secure one of the Championship's most highly rated young midfielders as they continue their summer recruitment drive. Now, we always say the same thing. It's always no news, no news, no news. And then out of nowhere, it all just tends to go, not mental, but it just tends to be a little bit more information will come out and it'll get a little bit more interesting. And I should say, mentioned it on the video that I did today about the 4 key targets. Obviously, Shea Charles is one of those key targets that's in there, and it would appear that we are definitely gunning for him now. And again, all of the credible journalists are reporting about it and putting it forward. So the ones that generally tend to put out the best pieces of information. So, you know, your Zinni Boswell, you've got your Sky Sports News, James Marshman from Team Talk, you've got Ben Jacobs in there, Alex Crook, Graham Bailey, Alfie House, who is the local journalist for Southampton, and Simon Jones from the Daily Mail, who's also putting the information out there as well. So these are all credible sources, and it's all good to go. It is going to be a case of wait and see. I don't see anything happening very, very quickly. I think it's something that will happen over a longer period of time, in terms of probably maybe about a week to 2 weeks before anything can be agreed, because they're going to have to negotiate a fee that everybody is happy with. The structure of that will remain to be seen, but I would suggest that it'll probably be a 4 to maybe 5 year deal to be able to amortize his contract correctly. But it's definitely exciting. It's definitely a player that you want. His age is fantastic, 22. He's 6'2". Brilliant statistics last season in terms of what he brings to the table. And it's a real positive, and it is a real signal of intent. You can't be anything other than really pleased with what we're seeing with the strategy. And it looks like what some of us have been saying and what's been reported is very, very true, and that we are looking to really raise the ceiling of the team overall, which I for one, am absolutely enthused about. It's going to do it for this one. I just wanted to put all of the information into one place so you can see what you think. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that your notifications are turned on for more information coming out like this. And like the video. If you're listening audio-wise, just make sure that you like the audio for me. And yeah, goes from nothing to everything all at once. It's typical Leeds United, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Take care of each other. Most importantly, please take care of yourself. We'll see you on the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Cheers.